Hello and welcome to another Editing Out Loud session. I did one of these last week, posted it on my personal YouTube, but it got claimed because I was editing a World Cup clip. So this is another Editing Out Loud session. I have the most recent episode of Things You Missed. How this works is Rob Sirocco. He chooses all the topics. He gathers all the footage. He organizes them into 5 different sections for me. I've received the file from him. And I'm going to take these little sections here that you can see and basically do the writing part. So dice them up into the creative flow that I want to do, the pacing that I think will match my cadence when I do the voiceover and all that. And I'll try my best to edit out loud because I think some people like this. I don't know how often I can do it because it might get repetitive. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So it might not be the most riveting to vast majority of you, but people that like editing and behind the scenes stuff, this is going to be, I don't know, a good way to see why I do or how I do or what I do when I try to tell the little bit of a snippet of a story. People that say, you just talk over highlights, they'd probably be like, oh, he doesn't. So let's get right to it. We have 5 topics. I don't want to spend crazy amount of time on these because I need to get this done and the voiceover recorded in the next hour and 45 minutes, which means I really can't spend a lot of time on it. So we have a disc golf clip. We have a tech ball clip, a Little League World Series highlight or game, slam ball, and we end with, sumo. Hell yeah. So, all right, if you're wondering the color coding of this at all, if you just want to know this up top little beige color, that means it's a score bug. It's a graphic. Then they're just separated by color, so I know them. So like this one's dark gray, this one's light gray, this one's green, this one's light gray, this one's dark gray. Yellow means it's a replay. So that's where we're at. All right, so the first thing is usually a quick hitter on Things You Missed. It's usually like boom, 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 and you missed it. So we have I believe this is a hole-in-one. And let's see. So I'm going to come out the gate just on this shot. I'm going to get rid of that beginning. And then see what I want to do. Loud noises in the warehouse. Okay. So that's where boom. I'm going to cut there because it might be the end of that shot because it gets all wonky. And I think we have another video of the celebration. Double high five, high five, high five. Woo! And then grabs his water. Okay. This is a replay too. I don't like that. So I'm just scrubbing to see if there's anything else I want to tell in this story. Like, do I like this shot better off the rip? Because it's a very fast opening. Like, I will say whatever this guy's name is, which I should have on a sheet that Dalton prepped for me, or maybe Rob. Calvin Heimberg, aces, hole 10. So, Calvin Heimberg, aces, hole 10 at the blah, 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 blah. That's something you missed, but you didn't see. So I got to see what shot I like. I think I like this better, going with the disc. And then I might zoom in a little bit. So let's see if this has a celebration better. So I'm going to delete that too. And then we're going to see if there's anything funny here. So the crowd goes crazy. I guess that's it. I'm not seeing anything nutty. And I want it to be a quick hitter anyway. So the only thing I'm going to do, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this shot and take the double high five right here when they touch hands and elbows, and I'm going to mark it with an M, which gives this red marker there. And then I'm going to find the double high five here. Whoa, weird. Their thumbs are interlocked. And then delete the score bug on top. Delete the audio. I don't need that. I don't know if these are synced up. I don't know. I don't know if the replay is shown at full speed or not. So what I'm going to do, because we have two angles of the same thing, which might allow us to cut in between. So effects, effect controls. I'm just going to make these 50% and slide it up. And then I'm going to copy that and paste it and slide it down. So now we have the two shots synced up. So we're going to see both angles if they're on the same frame rate, which they might not be because sometimes they show replays obviously in slow-mo, but it looks like that high five is pretty in sync. Double high five right there. I think up here it's actually there. So yeah. All right. So the replays are the same speed. All right. So I definitely want to end it on that. Whoa. That seems like a button for me to go, whoa, that's something you missed that you never planned on watching. So I'm going to get out of there. And then the only thing I'm going to get out of that, highlight I like the other angle better. Okay. So this, see the yellow line has his reaction where the gray one on the bottom is all blurry. I'm going to find when I think the gray one is usable. I think that guy's belly showing is more fun there. So the bottom one, I think right there is when like I would use it if I want to. So I have the top, I have his reaction. Everyone jumps up out of their lawn chairs, jumping belly high five. And then we go in for the double. There is some funny commentary to be had there. And the guy in the background on the top is funny. I think I just want to come to the gray here when he turns around on the bottom to get that, his face for the woo. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I'll make those. If you hit these little reset parameter, it'll just go back to 100% and center framed. We're going to zoom in a little bit though. We're going to zoom in on that. It's cleaner that way. I can also put a guide on here. This is a crossfire that's just going to give me the middle. Or if I want to be nice to our social media editors, I can do guide template, iPhone vertical, and that when they cut this out for a vertical, like that means I'll have it centered for them. So like right here, he's centered. And over there, I'm going to keyframe his body so he stays close to in the middle of the iPhone. Belly high five. Let's get that. Okay. And then we're going to come for this double high five. And what do I want to do here? It's a mess. I mean, that's just an absolute mess of a high five. I wasn't going to slow it down and commentate on that, but I think I have to. That is just incredibly messy. So every time I move the motion, it's going to add another little keyframe here, this little dot, and that's just like at this point, be at this size and this place, and then it will move around as you go. So then this is the big transition that I want to be good. I'm going to go from this shot to this shot where he turns. And what I basically want to do is I'm gonna put a new guide, and I'm gonna square up his head and his face, because when I go from this to that, I don't want the audience to have to find him again. I usually say this at the start. My style of editing is my goal is to edit so I grab the viewer by the back of the head and I say, watch this, and they know there's only one thing that they could look at, and every scene seamlessly takes their eye from this scene to the next scene, so there's like kind of no like out. You're just kind of like watching the whole time through. You don't realize how fluid it is, but it's fluid. So I'm going to put his head, make it the similar size, and put it in that purple again, but that's a little weird because he's looking this way and now he's looking that way. So I actually think I need to, I'm just going to take his eyes and his nose, or his eyes and his nose right there. And then I think that needs to be more aligned, like even on this side of things, it might help if I'm on. Okay, I'm just going to, the pink lines, I'm going to crossfire his eyes and his nose. And then I'm going to do that on this side too. That might be the smoothest way to do that. Okay, we're going to clear the guides. That was a little jarring. Sometimes old foreign kung fu fighting movies, they will like go back in frame so it's not perfectly synced, and it's less because your brain kind of doesn't have to catch up. Your brain almost feels like you skipped frames, but you didn't. So that actually, I think, helped out there. So I'm going to keyframe the start of this frame because that's where we want it to be. So it's kind of even there. And then by the time he goes to the woo, I want to be a little less. I want to give him more room for a big ol', get those arms going. Okay. Now the only thing I want to do is I want to go super slow-mo on this high five and maybe zoom in. So, okay, I'll do that again. I don't know how many. So, okay. I'm going to hit C on my keyboard, and that's going to cut, and I'm going to cut the yellow line right there. That's the start of where I want slow-mo to be. And then right there, I'm going to cut it again. That's the end of where I want slow-mo to be. Now I'm going to take this yellow, and I'm going to keyframe the very end. So the position that it's at, I want, and the size, I want it to end there because that's what it is when it continues. So it's not going to have a jump cut. I'm going to do it the same at the start. The only difference is in the middle, I want to zoom in on their hands. So now we're slowly zooming in. I'm going to get there here, and then I'm going to stay that zoomed in, or yeah, I'm going to stay on their hands with that guy in the middle. That's funny. Okay, so now I have that keyframe, so it zooms in and zooms out, but it's really fast. I'm going to change the frame rate to 30%, which means it's going to go slow, and we'll see if that's good, because I want to comment on, oh, sometimes high fives you have to go so slow. So actually 30 there, and then from here, look at that thumb to middle of the hand on the left. That's weird. And then on the right, you got a thumb hug going on. That's probably what I'll say. Let's cut this in half and go 15. Is that slow enough? Nope. I really want people to give myself time to, you almost need to pause on that. Left hand thumb goes right to the middle. Right hand, little thumb hug. Yeah, that works. Woo! Good. So the only thing I want to do here is one, in the very top left, you have the little logo there. I want to clean all the edges. I like clean edges. We have the score bug here. For things you missed, I always tell Rob to put them dead center because it's It's already in a smaller screen on the screen. So it's like, just make it dead center. But this is such an awkward shape to be dead center. So I'm going to put it up there. This purple thing. If I go, it was dead center. I'm making it a little bigger, 180. And I'm going to turn on the safe margins. And I'm going to throw it in the top left corner. Score bug. And then what can I do here to make it even more? So what I'm going to do is, especially to help with the social media, is I'm going to go guide templates, iPhone vertical. And these are all templates that I made that I use a lot. And I want, when they make the social version of this, I want it to be easy and they don't have to reframe a bunch. So I'm going to just keyframe him or this shot a bunch. So everything is coming off the middle. So I want the disc. Let's see. I might bow out of this because it takes that big turn. I definitely like that shot at the end. I'm going to watch this and see what it looks like. I think we zoomed in too much and we lost the coolness of it. So I'm going to delete all these. I know that I want to end here, and maybe I can get to that shot of the basket sooner. No. Oh, it's a little tough. Zooming out. It moves so much, I don't think I can keep it in flight the whole time for the social media editors to cut it for like a TikTok or a YouTube short. But we can do that. Bam. All right, so then what I really like doing is having that, if there's ever like action that would have a sound effect to it, right? Like that, like is what you would hear. Use that as the hard cut instead of letting it linger. So like that, basically in my mind, I don't want the chains to rattle and then stop moving. I want to go into boom, and then like right before the brain fully processes it, hit them with the next movement, which would be here. No, it would be closer. Boom, right there. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. Even closer, I think. No, that's pretty good. Yeah. That makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but I do that a lot. Like where I want, if there was a sound effect, it would be the transition sound effect where it's like, boom, happens at once. I don't want to linger on shots. And then the high five. Okay. The only thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to find a adjustment layer and throw it on top. Put the score bug over it. And then I'm going to do a Gaussian blur. And it's going to be very faint. I don't like doing these a lot, but I'm going to do like 10% and that blurs it. So I'll toggle it off, on, let's see. If you look at the letters on this jersey on the back, you can probably see this the best. But what I want to do is I want to help the viewer understand what they're looking at. So I'm going to create a mask, which is going to say only blur in between this section. And then I'm going to say invert, so actually blur the outside. Now I'm going to feather it a ton so it kind of eases into it and out of it and not sharp. And I'm going to, at the start, just kind of create a mask around him, his shoulder, and we're going to have to, I'm going to tilt it a little. And then I'm going to hit keyframe the mask path. And then what I'm going to do, what I said this on the last video that got deleted, I'm going to go to the very end where I want this, which is right here. And I'm going to put it what I want people to focus on, which is just the basket. And again, this is pretty slight, but if I turn it off, you can see that I might even go like 12.5. You can see that see the camera guy on the left, like he's just a little more in focus. Your eye might catch him. I don't want anyone looking at him. If I did, I would be zoomed in on him. So what I do is I do the start and the end, and then I'm going to come somewhere right in the middle, and I'm going to get that correct, which I think is just going to be a little bit, again, I don't want this like too blatant, like that. So it's in the middle, and then I'm going to cut those in half and find the disc, and it's over here now. And then cut it in half over here, and this is, we'll have him and the disc. And now I will drag it, since we have like it cut into quadrants, and in between the quadrants, make sure that it's good. So there's a lot of movement at the beginning. So I want it, see, like that's, because he whips so fast. I kind of need a time in that. Oh, totally lost it. Make it a little smaller. Totally lost it. So let's see. Not centered. Cuts across the screen. And then when the basket comes into play, I just want the basket to be, I want the audience to see the aim. So I might even, okay. I could do the same thing here, but I think what I'm going to do here is do a 15% and invert it the same way, feather it a ton, and I'm going to put those safe margins. Oh, they're already on. Duh. And just kind of like see this. Oh. Where's my mask? Okay. See how this blue is on that little dot? I'm just going to square it up. So that's on that dot, and this is on that little hash, and now this is like, so the very center is in focus, and the outside isn't, and that'll just help people not wander a little bit. I do I want people focusing on this guy? He's a distraction from the hand, and I want that joke to be quick, so I actually do think I'm going to try and like focus on just this hand here. Put that at 20. Because I'm going to say, part of my joke here is that's thumb to middle of the hand, right? So we'll stay on that. So again, if I toggle this off and look at that dude, look at like that Eli Manning looking dude's face, now you might focus on him. I'm trying to get it so you're not really, and you're seeing what I'm talking about, which I'm talking about this hand. But I quickly go from that hand to the thumb hug over here. So we're going to need to slide. So boom, and then you wouldn't even notice this in your eye, but it does happen. That guy's funny. We can focus on him for a bit. Maybe I'll say something about him. And then eventually we got to get back to the high fives. Look at that guy's face. Oh shit! I keep finding funnier things. I got to get at it because it's supposed to be a quick hitter. I don't want to talk about all those people. I'm actually going to get off this guy as well. Don't want that. If this was deeper into the video and wasn't the opening shot, then I could focus on all these fans. But it's supposed to be like 15 seconds long. All right, there you go. So that's the first 19 seconds of the video. 425-foot par 3. I forget his name. Tosses it up there, gets the hyzer. Bam, hole in one. Everyone's up off their lawn chairs. High five weirdness. Yeah, high five weirdness. Thumb to palm. Well, I think that's got to go slower. I think I'm going to be able to get that off in time. Bummer. So I got to go slower here, which means it's got to be like 5%. And then did that fuck up the masking? Did. Well, thanks for watching. If you're watching at this point, if you're just like have this on in the background, I appreciate it. This is, I'm not a liar. It's just editing out loud. Probably boring to some, probably boring to most. It is actual, like, I am actually editing this, so it's not like I'm trying to make an editing tutorial. If I was doing an editing tutorial, I think this would have a lot more easy to follow. This is literally just me editing out loud. All right. Next up, we got Tech Ball. Thailand team is 1 point away from winning. It's tied 1-1. Do I need to make that more easy to follow? I think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, right before the action of the serve, I'm going to have the score bug really big, like centered. View guides, crossfire, and then what I'm doing is I'm just centering the blue dots. So now it'll be Wangkam, Chan, and Dejur. You know what? Thailand. Do I need to give myself more space? See, let's go to Tech Ball, where Thailand's 1 point away from winning the whole thing. The serve is good. Kicking, header, kick, big slam. Oh, misses. It hit the net. Because everyone's wondering right here, like, wait, why wasn't that good? So I say misses. And I'll just come here. That's a replay. So, big slam, but it misses. Hungary wins back Hungary wins the point. Why did it miss? Oh, that's a fun replay. Still doesn't really show it. Okay, so clear guides, iPhone vertical. We need to show why this wasn't a good point. Even in slow-mo, it goes so fast. So I think I need to go like, that needs to maybe be like 10%. Like that's, we'll do 20. Yeah, there we go. So it didn't hit, it hit the top of the net, and then I like the transition to that guy. We'll zoom in on him a little bit so he fills up the frame more. He saw it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm just toggling the keyframe so he stays in that iPhone center frame a little better. Oh, that's cool. So see his forward movement? See how he kind of goes up, and then here he levels out, takes a step? I think if I cut there, it's like movement into the next scene. I just need, so our eyes right now, as viewers, when we watch him do this, our eyes are following his head, and we're expecting his head to keep moving forward. So what's happening is the eye line is, I'm just going to say, like, his head is here, right? That's where our eyes are, but our brain is seeing him move forward, so our eyes are actually going to go a little this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the next scene, which is her getting a little shoulder massage, be there. Now it should be... That felt a little bit like I went too far. Your eyes should be like, see what I mean? So this is like, this is just like my only editing thing that I like is, if I cut, let me try and explain this, but then it's going to take time out of my edit. If I leave this shot completely alone and I'm just editing over, and some people might watch this now and be like, I don't see it, and others might see it. So if I just leave these, and if I'm just editing over highlights like people say, this is that shot. So he's screaming, he's bottom right, and then it cuts to her. In my brain, there's a split second of jostling where you're like, oh, what's going on here? Next shot. It's not terrible. Like, I don't think you'd notice it at all. But what I'm trying to do is have the viewer's eye never have to do any work. So you know you're looking at him, and then you know you're going right to her. And his head's going to the right, and then she kind of goes this way. So yeah, so this is the original. And there's just more to look at. There's more empty space. So I'm just trying to take that away. So if you understand that, that's kind of all I'm trying to do all the time on transitions. And then she's getting a massage, and he's drinking, and that's kind of that whole shot. Okay. So I'm gonna start where we wanted to start, and then slowly come a little bigger and center her. She's getting a massage. Oh, but that... Okay, hold on. I don't want her to move that quick. I want her to stay in that spot. I think I moved her too much. It's a little awkward. Zoomed in a little too much. All right. Definitely. What's he doing over there? She drinks too. I don't know whose sip I want to work off. Like, she takes a sip. While she's getting a massage. Let's go clear guides. Let's go crossfire just to find the center of it and center her up. And then he takes a two-handed sip, which is a little wild, right? And I'm going to center him up, so they should be similar in the same spot for your eye. All right, massage, drink, double-handed drink. Double-handed drink's a little odd. Double-handed drink. And then I'm going to cut to the double-handed drink, and then I'm going to cut over to this washcloth. So double-handed drink, washcloth, mouth, forehead. Share the washcloth. Ew. Mouth, forehead, sweat. Share the washcloth, forehead, sweat. I'm going to use the movement of his wiping, so I'm not going to let that resolve itself. And I think I'm going to put that in just slight slow-mo because they're sharing a sweaty rag. So I'm going 80%. Wipe the face, pass the towel. We got it. Wipe the face, same towel. So now it's their serve. He gets it over. Oh, they go for the same move. What is that? Her foot? Oh, her body crossed the line. They go for the same move, but her body crosses the entire line. That's what it is. Yep. But she isn't phased. That's kind of cool. Their point, and then I want to show that she's kind of like not phased at all. I don't know if I did that. I don't like that. I'm taking that out. We're just going to stay their point. So now they can tie it up. Oh, that was a quick save. Now they can tie it up. Quick save. Thailand's going to run the same exact play, and this time she slams it down. Oh, man. Look at the coach over there. Coach steps out. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. All right, so he's doing that motion. And I don't want his arms to come down because I want her to be doing the same motion. She's here. I need him to be a little bigger for this transition to make more sense. Even though it's grainy, I'll forgo quality on that. Our eye line is like here for her. And for him, he's too far that way. Yeah, it's much more fluid. All right, get rid of all these guides. Clear the guides. Oh, and then what is this? So she's celebrating, has to go to her teammate who's he lying on the ground? Lying on the cold, cold ground. And then she's like, get up. Oh, whoa, what was that? That happened shit. She's like, I got to put this in slow-mo. She says, get up, let's celebrate. And then, oh, wow. No way. No way about it. Okay, watch this, guys. She says, get up. And he's like, yeah, I'm up. Let's do the high five. And she says, no, I'm praying. So then he says, okay, I'll pray. And then she misses the high five. And then does it cut after that? Then it cuts away. Damn. All-time mishap. You got to put that in like 30% speed. Might even have to pause this as I go and I talk about it. Yeah. Bummer. That replay is really cool, but I kind of like ending on this. Yeah, I'm going to end. That's going to be the button of that scene. I'm going to end there. All right, so that's 2 done. Let's do... I need a quick one, I guess. I'm going slow. I'm going to slip to slam ball. Sometimes I don't like doing things chronological order, so I'm just like skipping this big green one because it's daunting, and I'm going to go slam ball. And then I believe this is a tie game that goes into a shootout. And I'm going to get rid of that start and just say, all right, we got a tie game shootout in slam ball. Who is it? It's the Griffs versus the Rumble, 57. So this is basically like one dunk each to win. Jumps up, one-handed attack, gets stuffed with the left hand. Wow. It's just a replay of that. I don't even know if I... I'm just making it so we follow him up and down a little bit, but this might not be this. This section might not have a crazy amount. Ooh, is that a better replay? That is a much better replay. Should I show it twice? I'll prep it. I don't know, because I don't know if I'm going to have something to say about it twice. But, like, he's basically that logo. Whoa, that's kind of a cool thing to point out. I think I will point that out. I think I will. At this point, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. So I'm going to make it save to my downloads in the right folder, import into project. So now I have a screenshot of that moment, and then I'm going to cut the video and drag the video left. So now it's just like a picture. So I can say he is that logo. And maybe to help point that out to people, we will do an adjustment layer, and at the end have it be a blur that we have. I don't want circle, actually I want square blur. And I'm going to make it so it's the two people jumping. It's a very shoddy outline of their two bodies, but just kind of tracing them here. Just tracing the two figures. And now we're going to inverse the blur, so they're the only things not blurry. And I'm going to take the opacity and make it 100 there, but I'm going to start it at 0 so it slowly comes in and say, like, look at him go up, and basically he becomes the logo. And now it's slight, but your eyes will be drawn to him in the logo because we're super blurring it, if it like that from that. But other dude doesn't care at all, blocks him with the left. Now, I believe that dude who just laid the block has the chance. Oh my God, he's fucking off to win it. I'm going to show that crazy start. He's kind of just like standing there. And he's off. Look, we could do the warehouse games with this amount of seating. It's not that many. They got this big signage up here to block it so it doesn't look as empty. We could do that shit. Okay, so what does he do? He fakes. Oh, wow, windmill. Dude doesn't really fall for it. He just powers through it. Oh, a little dance move by his teammate. Should I highlight that? Keyframe that and zoom in on this dude back here and the coach. Hey. Yep. And I'll slow-mo it because we don't have a replay of it. I'm going to drop it to 40%. Wow. Bam. And then it's going to cut to the teammate dancing. Hey. And that's it. That's slam ball. Okay. So I'm erasing the audio. We're not using any of that. Slam ball's done. Fuck. Sumo. Sumo's so cool. Sometimes sumo's so easy, though. Okay. So we have Well, 19-year-old and 24-year-old. Wouldn't have guessed. Both 11-3. It's the bout of the day. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Oh, my God. More sweaty. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's gross. Okay. So this guy, he's going to wipe his arm. Wipes his arm. Wipes his armpit. Oh, he does flip the towel to the other side. So now both sides, armpit, arm, face. That's disappointing. Ew, face with a little bit of mouth at the end. I think I'm just going to play that whole clip in slow-mo, like 50%. Might even have to go through it. Meanwhile, his competitor is throwing salt and looking menacing as fuck, while the other dude wipes himself with his own sweat. Okay. What happens here? Oh, dude on the left doesn't even really get set. Oh, the shit. That was quick. I might show it in full speed. Oh, and look at his face. Drops him. This transition's weird. Drops him and then about turn. See, that turn is way better now that I put him in the same spot. Now your eye, boom. You're there. You're looking at his head. You're looking at his head right here where the cursor is, and then he's staring at you. I can even raise him a little bit. This guy's menacing. You like that? All right, let's see what he did. Sumo's cool. Oh, I think I see what he did. I think this angle is going to show it the best. No. This angle show it the best? So what he did is... maybe this angle. All right. He's fully latched. Show this. He's going up top, and then he's fully... black belt guy tries to put his arm below. Now he's fully latched with the right hand. And he acts with that left like he's going to go down and latch the belt. So other dude drops his arm. He loosens his grip on the left to go protect that. Like, I don't want to get double grabbed. And at that point, our guy just, like, fake out. I'm not grabbing you with the left. Totally releases and throws him down. I don't want that graphic to come on screen. Looks messy. Easy peasy. Hold on then. Let's see it again. Oh, he pulls him and he straightens his right foot. And then uses that right foot to twist him. Dude got demolished. I'm just going to show this again. So that there's not much going on there because one camera guy. I might just walk through that slowly like I just did. You guys kind of just saw it. All right, one more left, this Little League one, and then we're done, and I can record the voiceover. Oh, I only have 2 more minutes of card left. Oh, I got no more minutes of card left. That ends the session. Thanks. We're running out of card space. See ya.